Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be reviewing a 1984 Nissan 300ZX Turbo. This model is the
But before we review the car, let's go back and see how it all started. So I found the car on Facebook Market. It was on sale from a body shop guy that originally bought the car and bought another donor car for parts. And he wanted to combine them both together to make a one perfect car. I guess he got overwhelmed by the project and he never really did anything about it. So the car was in really rough condition, but it was a true 50th anniversary edition. So it was like a diamond in the rough, and I knew I couldn't pass it up, even though it's a big risk. It had the original T-tops with a mirror finish that only came for the on the 50th anniversary edition. Some rust spots here and there. The guy said it ran last time he parked it, like 5 years ago. Um, so it was a big risk. This is the donor car. I ended up buying both of them, but honestly, this car was more of a hassle than anything. I barely took any useful parts out of it. All the parts you see inside are junk parts that the guy had stored. This is the first time the car ran after a week of fiddling with it after I got it. A fuel pump, an ignition, and I got it to run. And now we get back to the present day. Car looking the way it's supposed to be. All shiny, clean, new paint job. A lot of work was put into this car. A lot of money was dumped into this car. It's all original parts, OEM. I did upholstery on the seats, uh, fresh paint. I did the whole timing belt service, new water pump, the whole cooling system refreshed, ignition, spark plugs. I finally got the digital dash to work. I had to put a new power supply unit for it to make it work. I swapped the radio from the donor car to put the original radio in. Power mirrors, the broken driver side mirror, I was able to source one from a junkyard and painted it black. All vacuum line replaced. New gold trim line around the car that was difficult to find. Pop-up headlights finally work. And it's a really beautiful car. It's a great cruiser car.
Alright, so we're going to go for a quick spin in the car and talk a little bit about the car and what I've done to the car so far, all the restoration I've made. So this car been an old project car of mine for 4 years now. I've been restoring it, working on it, trying to get it back on the road. I start doing all the maintenance. I'll trying to fix the engine as much as I can before I take it to the body shop guy and paint it. So I did the timing service, the timing belt, water pump, everything ignition related, spark plugs, coil distributor, coil pack, uh, everything been refreshed in the car. The digital dash actually what took me forever to find parts for. It was really hard finding parts for this car, especially because it's the 50th anniversary and this digital dash didn't come on all of them. So it needed a power supply, and the power supply was completely rusted out, and it was, of course, missing in the donor car. So I ended up finding it from a company out in Tennessee that rebuilt power supplies. I sent them this one. They said they can't rebuild it, so I ended up just buying one from them, and that's how I got the digital dash to work. Uh, this car got a lot of vacuum lines in it. I don't know. Nissan very over engineered this car back in the 80s. They did vacuum line for literally everything in the car, and tracking them down and replacing them was a bit difficult. I got most of them complete and restored. The one I'm still missing is the vacuum line for the A system that will divert the ventilation to the front. It will switch from the windshield to the floor, but it's not gonna throw to the front. And it's because of vacuum lines. There's a lot of vacuum lines behind the dash that control the where the air will blow. Other than that, car drives great. It's a great cruiser car. It got a rough cold start on it, but that's just because of age and probably because I don't drive it as much. So this car came with a body sonic amplifier technology, and what that means, it came up. Nissan came up with this technology to add speakers inside the driver and passenger seat. So this seat actually got 8 speakers built in, like small speakers built in inside the seat. And the idea behind it is when you're listening to music, you can turn it on, and the bass in the speakers will vibrate, and you'll feel it in your body. Uh, of course, it is as gimmicky as it sounds, and this car is missing that amplifier that turns this on. So I never was able to try it out. But when I tried to source it, nowhere to be found, and people were just saying it's really not worth it. You can barely feel it. It's a gimmick. It's as it sounds. Uh, Car got plenty of power for the age. It's the turbo model. Uh, it got very nice pulse to it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video showing and reviewing the 1984 Nissan 300ZX Turbo. If you like the video, please like, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I do have a lot of content coming. I'm still working on the Mustang, finalizing it, and I have a couple more project cars coming. So please subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you.